Hey there, ESP fans. This is Irvin from Dynamo Amplification. I'm here showing off my E2 Eclipse ESP. This thing's pretty wicked. But anyway, I'm going to be demoing this guitar through my 200 watt, I said that, 200 watt GT-6 head. This thing has 6 KT77s in there. Wicked gain. Awesome. But anyway, this guitar, man, being that I do a lot of guitar shows and stuff, I needed to have a collection of guitars ranging from Fender, Gibson, your rock guitar, shredder guitar, a little bit for everything, for everybody. I picked up a Gibson Les Paul, and excuse my hat here, but I picked up a Gibson Les Paul, and pretty wicked. I found one I really liked, and I'm not a big Les Paul person. I'm more of the shredder type. I like the thinner bodies or whatever, fast neck, everything Gibson's not, right? But anyway, I picked one up, and it was going to be a demo guitar for our shows. And then I have friends of mine who had the Eclipses, and I've always asked them, says, hey, so what's the deal with them? They love them. So anyway, my favorite band's Queensryche, and they've played them forever. And so I say, I'm going to go ahead and try me one. So I got an LTD. I went and tried one, and I liked it a lot. And I was thinking about ordering one, but I also wanted to get the USA one instead. But when I saw the price tag, I almost passed out, honestly. Back in the day when I first started playing guitar, I had an ESP Deluxe. I think I paid like $1,000 for it back in the 90s. That same guitar now is like $4,000, and everything else equivalent to that's like $6,000 or whatever. But anyway, this line, the E2, it says E2 on it, but it is the ESP. I'm sure most of you guys know that. These are actually made in the ESP factory right next to the ESP Japan models they make by the original ESP builders. The USA ESPs are made in California by American builders. And that's pretty much the line. So to separate the two, they made an E2 version, which is pretty much the standard line ESP, whereas an ESP, the Japanese ESP label one, is their higher end model. Kind of like that's the Lexus now, and this is the Toyota. And then, whatever. But anyway, so I went ahead and was going to get one, the full body, and I really wanted a full body guitar, just like the Gibson Les Paul. And then I came across this one. It was a thin body, and I was thinking, well, I don't know, I want the full body. So I found a store that actually had they had the thin body. Now, when I played it, man, it was an eye-opening experience. That guitar ripped. It looked like the Les Paul, did not play like a Les Paul. It played it like an Ibanez or something else. It was just quick and easy and smooth. I talked to my friends about it. The same guys actually say, yeah, man, we're old, our backs hurt, we're getting fat, so these guitars feel a lot better. And he was, no lie, it does. It's awesome. Anyway, I went ahead and got this one. This is the color I wanted. It makes me happy. It reminds me of my wife. It's one of her favorite colors, and it's just named this guitar after her, actually. But anyway, comes with the locking tuners on here. This one has the James Hetfield EMG pickup set already in here, which is a set that I wanted, honestly. And it's wicked. Now, I do have an American one I'm going to get. I haven't found it yet. I'm planning on getting one sometime later this year, if not next. But I just got to find the right color and the right price, of course. But anyway, meantime, this is my main Les Paul style guitar that I'm using. So right now I'm running through my Dynamo GT-6 head. This head debuted back in 2011 in Guitar World magazine and Premier Guitar magazine. It's 200 watts, runs 6 KTs, 77 tubes, and 5 12AX7 preamp tubes. This amp runs on toroidal power, as most all of my amps now do. And I first discovered toroidals using this amp. The original transformers we were using were adequate. They got very hot and they had noise in them. And then I switched to toroidal. It killed the noise, killed the humming, it killed the heat. They run ice cold, and very efficient, and actually gave me more power. So I pretty much adapted that to all of our amps. So pretty much all of our amps now run toroidal power, and the newer models I'm doing now run actual toroidal outputs, which is a whole nother ball game. You can check out the video I did on the GT-SC. I would play that amp today, but today I wanted to show this one. This one is the one that's been in the closet for a long time. I went to pull it out. Check it out. I hadn't heard it. Make sure it's still working. Make sure there's no bugs or spider webs in there. It's been kind of in storage since I used it in a video about a year or so ago. It's been in its flight case, collecting dust. But still sounds good, as you can hear right now. Anyway, this guitar, it feels really good. The action's awesome. No fret buzz or anything. It's beautiful. So it's handcrafted, made by ESP and ESP Factory. It's going through my Dynamo GT-6 head, handcrafted by me in the USA, in Texas. People always ask who builds my amps. I build my amps. I learned how to build them. Believe it or not, yeah, I can learn how to build them. This amp, I've done this video for these amps. There's tons of them out there. Check them out. I'm not gonna go through all the details on this amp. It's been so long since I played this, and I almost actually forgot them. Anyway, so this amp's pretty cool. I designed this amp not to be louder. The purpose of this amp is that this cabinet's rocking 4 Fame Medusa 150 speakers. So it's a 600 watt RMS cab. And a long time ago in a recording studio, we figured out that by running a high power amp through a single high power speaker had the most monstrous tone you can imagine to get caught on tape. We actually started playing shows with these cabs, these micro cabs we were using. And then we went into using the 412 version, and of course that was the reason why the whole 200 watt was born, to push the speakers. So it's not that much louder. It's pretty loud, but it gives you a bigger sound when you're pushing it on stage or whatever, because you're pushing these higher power speakers, and for them to break up. Because on normal speakers, normal Celestion, vintage 30s people use, whatever, you push them like this, they start farting and making all kind of weird noises. They sound cool, but it can also sound very bad. Whereas this one, it actually sounds better and better and better as you crank it. And before you know it, you're like, wow, I sound like a rock god. And then that's the whole purpose of building this, is to recreate that sound. But anyway, check this one out. This one has the racing stripes in there. I had a thing for racing stripes in cars and Porsches and stuff like that, and that's kind of the concept behind it. But anyway, you guys have a good day, and thanks for watching this video. And like I said, check out my other videos I have on all of my other amps that are pretty wicked. Thanks.